The season opens with most of the Archbishops, and I'm not sure if there's an Archbishop of Envy as well. Satella is the witch of envy, so I don't think there's a specific envy apostle. I haven't read the light novels, so this is just speculation, but I hope the envy Archbishop doesn't exist because even four of them seem undefeatable. The sin of lost Capella being a shapeshifter, the sin of wrath Sirius being a manipulator of emotions, the gluttony sin capable of eating memories, and let's not forget the arrogant harem king, Sir Greed himself, Regulus. Sirius seems to be the least powerful of them all. Yeah, her emotion and injury sharing are interesting, but they are more unknowing than strong. Her amplification of negative emotions is underrated in a sense because I don't think Felix would slap Wilhelm of all people. Her abilities cover the entire city, and it's ironic how she describes her abilities. Every time she uses her powers, she says it helps to understand emotions, but contradictory to her beliefs, it has the opposite effect. It makes people isolate from each other, growing tension and anxiety in them. Seeing how it's going till episode 7, she seems to be the easiest to deal with. I don't really like the psychopathic trope coming back since we have already seen a version of that in the amazingly written character Betelgeuse, but if she turns out to be Fortuna, then, well, all cans of worms are open now indeed. She will never be as terrifying and intimidating as Betelgeuse, but that will make her a lot more compelling as a character for me. Another fanatic of Satella doesn't move me at all, but what does is Capella the Sin of Lust, the epitome of evil. I mean, she transforms the hostages into flies. Why, you ask? Well, that's an interesting question. When asked why do you love someone, what would you reply? Some answers might be nobility, kindness, strength, reliable, and affection. Other answers might be personal, like the weakness he or she shows only to them, or the support someone gave you in difficult moments. Those would be common answers. Capella speaks on that very human concept and in her twisted view on the world makes love into physical appearance and desires. If Emilia was turned into a fly, would Subaru love that version of her? If your loved one today turned out to be an insect or any kind of hideous thing, would you love them the same? That is what Capella asks to us. Obviously, in her eyes, the answer is no. She wants everyone to love her and only her, as she can turn to anyone at any time. Any ideal physical appearance you can imagine. She wants to monopolize the word love entirely to herself. What she doesn't understand is what she is referring to is lust and not love. The irony. Love doesn't have to be romantic. It can be platonic as well. It is an ironic situation, but it does bring up a question to ponder about. Now, I will say the writer of Rezero is very clever here because he is directly showing how only lust is dangerous through Regulus. The Harem King powers is a mystery to me, but the personality, not so much. Saying he has the emotion lust would be a big mistake. I don't get the impression that he is active in bed with his wives. It's more like they are their properties or something. In his eyes, they are mere dolls that he likes to collect. He has his standards, and anyone not in those standards won't be his wife. He cares for appearance, but not in a sexual way. He thinks it's his right to have pure objects for lack of words. All his wives are expressionless like robots. They are conditioned with fear to be doll-like, fitting into Regulus' visions. If anyone crosses that line, well, it's game over for them. And that is why lust is something you should never desire in life. Love is such a thing that even the thought of losing someone makes your heart heavy. Regulus and Capella have yet to understand that. Interactions are heartwarming, not the characters themselves. I feel like it was such a brilliant move to introduce them at the same time because at a glance, Capella's wording does make sense. Through Regulus, we understand the thing Capella aims to be is just mere fantasy. Like take Wilhelm and Teresa for example, a beautiful story between two individuals. Look no further than here, the only time she has smiled as of right now. The relief she got from death is so sad to see. I can't say much about gluttony other than the clause he uses in battles, but I hope he has a little rational at least. Now, let's start to talk about Subaru for this season. One of the biggest gripes I had about Subaru is him losing composure at small things, like him seeing gluttony and losing his mental to go with the plan. I know he was the one that put Rem in a coma, but in enemy's territory, you should never be hot-headed. Although, in that 1 year time skip, he has a much better grasp of what to do in pressure moments. Killed by Sirius more than thrice. Emilia kidnapped, failing to capture the hall. Nothing worked out. Everything went wrong, but he still made calm decisions at the end of the day. It's slow, but there are signs of progression which I like to see. Talking about power-ups, he got the unseen hands, the whip, and some abilities given by Beatrice. But that is still not enough for the Archbishops. He did get dragon blood in his veins, which is definitely something to note about. I have never said Subaru is a perfect human, but he is someone I can relate to in a heartbeat. Feeling of being powerless, anxiety, and wanting to run away are all feelings everyone can relate to. That's why I love Rezero in the first place. That speech he gave at the end of episode 7 started off very cringy, but as it went on, it warmed up to me. Giving a compelling political speech in anime is very difficult. The most important thing in speeches is that you have to make the listeners relate to your journey. Inspiration only comes when you can make your point of view clear to the audience. One of the best things Trump ever did was that he said he abuses the tax system. Similarly, Subaru also said that he is a coward. He trembles like them, is scared like them, and wants a hero to save him like it was nothing. He made himself vulnerable but twisted the narrative at the end with once again love, the emotion to protect someone, to want to see someone smile in difficult times. That is the genius of Subaru as a character. If properly analyzed, he is one of the most relatable characters in all of anime. Now, he did say he will defeat all of the Archbishops, but I don't know how he will manage to do that. Rezero creates absurd scenarios that are near impossible to push through, like in Season 1, tackling the White Whale and Betelgeuse at the same time, or in Season 2, with the memories and all other sanctuary shenanigans. Problems come in so many angles at the same time that solving all of them is near impossible. It makes me excited to see the final loop every time. With the 4 Archbishops, I don't even know how they will tackle this one. Reinhardt might take out like 2 of them, but what about the others? That's the thing I'm waiting for now. I hope Season 3 just ramps up from here, because after seeing Emilia vs Sirius, I want to see more action-packed episodes. I think we can hope to see that, as the setup for the finale is about finished. I have been enjoying the season so much. It definitely is the highlight of this winter for me. Anyways, hope you liked this video, and for now, this will be Dungeon signing out.